They think discipline is loud. Pain, noise, struggle. That's why they never recognize the version of you that actually scares them. Most people believe discipline looks aggressive, forced, emotional, desperate. But the discipline that unsettles people is quiet, controlled, unmoved. While they negotiate with weakness, you execute without discussion. While they wait to feel motivated, you move on command. They don't understand that level of control, so they label it extreme. Not because it's wrong, but because it exposes everything they avoid. You're not becoming obsessed. You're becoming composed. And composure makes people uncomfortable. Because when you don't react, they lose influence. Machiavelli understood this clearly. A man who governs himself cannot be governed by others. He never warned against enemies. He warned against men without control because they always betray themselves. Discipline isn't about effort. It's about refusal, refusing to bend, refusing to negotiate with excuses, refusing to let emotion decide your direction. You stop asking how you feel. You stop waiting for the right moment. You wake up and move because the decision was already made. Emotion no longer leads, structure does. You build routines not for comfort, but for control, limits, rules, standards, because chaos weakens the undisciplined mind, and you refuse to live at the mercy of impulse. Most people collapse when life becomes uncomfortable. They search for distractions, they seek noise, they numb themselves with comfort. This is the moment most people break. Not because life is hard, but because they've never trained themselves to remain still inside it. You do the opposite. You stay present. You stay controlled. You study yourself under pressure. That's where discipline is forged. They don't fear your strength. They fear your consistency. Because consistency removes unpredictability from your life. And unpredictability is where weak people hide. You don't announce your plans. You don't explain your priorities. You cut distractions without apology. You walk away from noise without justification. Your time becomes sacred because you understand that attention is power. And you refuse to waste power on people who never respected it. Most people need recognition to perform. They need approval to continue. They need someone watching to feel important. You don't. You work in silence. And silence creates uncertainty. Uncertainty creates fear. People begin to notice the shift, not because you speak differently, but because you react differently. Your posture changes. Your presence feels heavier. Your responses slow down. Your silence becomes deliberate, and that silence unsettles them because silence means control. A disciplined mind cannot be manipulated. A disciplined man cannot be rushed. He cannot be guilted. He cannot be owned. You stop reacting to chaos. You start studying it. You stop chasing results. You build habits that guarantee them. Every setback becomes information. Every delay becomes training. Every challenge sharpens you instead of breaking you. Every disciplined decision creates distance. Distance from your old habits. Distance from the average. Distance from people who refuse to grow. That distance isn't cruelty. It's strategy. Your boundaries aren't walls, they're weapons. You stop explaining yourself. You stop bending for approval. You stop watering yourself down to be understood. Power doesn't arrive loudly, it arrives quietly and it stays. If your discipline makes people uncomfortable, you're doing it right. because the world fears what it cannot influence. Comment, I govern myself if you understand this.